I know there are some Old Testament visions of God, the way he spoke to people that he was calling, like Jacob, but none so grand and glorious as the vision that he brought to Isaiah when he made his commitment to serve the Lord. Good morning. This is Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisney, Illinois, with your thoughts from God's Word for Thursday. Isaiah chapter 6 is recorded as the great vision of Isaiah, and when he was called as a prophet for God's service. It begins by telling us this was the year that King Uzziah had died. Now, Uzziah was a great and powerful king. He had led them for some 50 years, but he got so proud that he tried to burn incense in the temple, only the jobs that priests were allowed to do. And God smote him with leprosy, which was referred to as a long living death. It was at the loss of their great king that God appeared to Isaiah in this vision, probably reminding him, I'm still on the throne, okay? In such awe, Isaiah describes this vision by saying, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. By the way, he also saw those angelic beasts that were at his side, crying out, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. Well, this must have been a life-changing event for a man like Isaiah, as he saw God in all his glory. It's too bad that we can't get that vision of God today. But unfortunately, our world has either disclaimed God, won't even believe in him, or they have reduced him to some sort of weak cosmic force in our universe. One thing that happened to Isaiah when he saw the Lord was he saw himself in a new light. He said, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I'm a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. We really won't get a true glimpse of what we really look like until we see the Lord and what he really looks like. We may be like King Uzziah, who thought too highly of himself until God judged him. Be sure to notice the heart of the prophet, who is always thinking of his constituents too. Not only does he say, I am a man of unclean lips, which probably means he's not speaking about God with the reverence and glory that he deserves, but he is willing to see in the midst of this his own people who had that same plight. I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. None of us are living acceptable lives to God. And in this vision, the angel brings a hot coal from the fire to touch and to cleanse his mouth. And Isaiah hears the booming voice of the Lord, Whom shall I send? And who will go for us? This is what God is looking for in this world. Followers who are committed to doing his will, whether that is serving him daily or taking his message of salvation to the world around us. And when he heard this voice and this calling, Isaiah said, Here am I, send me. He said, Go and tell this people and continue to tell them until the land is utterly desolate. That is our calling today, I believe, if we're willing to surrender. Just as Isaiah said, Here am I, send me. We need that kind of willingness today. I hope as we read the Bible, we get that glimpse of God in all his glory, and we hear his calling to us personally. Go and tell this people. We today will make that commitment like Isaiah. Lord, I'll follow. Here am I, just send me.